I'm going to do a live reaction to the trailer. I know you've probably have watched the trailer a million times, seen a million videos of people reacting to the trailer and everything. I know you've seen it. You've seen it. I've seen it. I'm going to just kind of give my thoughts based off of feedback that I've seen in the comment section, and we'll do it. So Red Star 24 says the call-in might be like the college Zooms in 2020, trying to look presentable. Well, no, for call-ins, when I do it for the public on the other channel or for the members here after this is over with, you don't have to cam up. You're not going to be on the screen that's behind me. You don't have to cam up. You won't be on this actual screen right here. Yeah, you won't be up here. You'll be like to the side where only I can see and we can talk to each other and everything. So you don't have to worry about being presentable, or you can have your camera off, or you can have it on. Nobody will see you, and you'll have that privacy. If you want to cam up, you can. You don't have to. It'll be up to you. All right, so that's out the way. Thank you for those who have joined. I see a few more people piling in. I appreciate it. The circle of opposites in front of an open gate. Not really sure what that means, but you know what? It sounds cool. Sounds cool to me. All right, let's do this. All right, so this is a trailer. We're going to go through it. All right, so they're having a funeral. I personally think that the trailer is out of sequence as far as what happens in maybe the first episode or two of season 5. Mouses. The reason why Sophia's right here is because I think her dad is right here in this grave. And I think the reason why Sophia's not crying and bawling is because she's a believer, and Sophia's Christian. So I know a lot of theories have been on the internet as far as agnostic and Baphomet and esotericism, all that based off of her name. There's no wrong answers, but Sophia as a character is Christian. And Christians, they believe that when you die, if you live a good life, you go to heaven and you're with God. So even though some people who are Christian will cry and tear up and get emotional, they're overall happy simply because that means Sophia's dad is with God. And I think the other grave more than likely will be Jim. I think Jim will be in pieces. We'll see later on in the trailer that there's a head, or there's a sack or a bag hanging from the motel sign. I think that's Jim's head. I think that's Jim's head. Red Star 24 says, oh, okay, I've seen streams where it's people are on the screen. Now, I do have the ability to have people on the screen. I can have them on or not have them on. Like, I can have them where they're behind me or not have them on. The reason why I wouldn't have them on is just because people may not be comfortable camming up or not camming up or being seen or whatever. So I could do it either way. But yeah, Red Star 24, that's an actual good observation. So Guns N' Roses 87 says, hype me up. Yes, do it. Please and thank you. It says, hype me up, hype me up. Let's get the party started. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. So Amanda Kenny says, I am happy to not be on screen. Yeah, I wouldn't like if people do call in through telephone or through StreamYard, like you see other content creators use when they like highlight the comments and stuff. I wouldn't have it on the screen just because some people might not feel comfortable being on the screen. They just may want to have their voice heard.
But that's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. All right, so I think that's what this is. It's a funeral, and even though we saw Victor digging graves near Colony House, which that's where maybe people in Colony House could be buried there, because I'm sure they were buried there after the massacre where the boy in white had an inside job with Victor and people died. I think that the main funeral place for the township is right here next to the church. And we also saw people from Colony House at the funeral where it was Megan and Lauren Pratt, season 1, episode 1. So I think that's what this is. It doesn't matter whether you're Colony House or town. I think people pretty much get buried here. And that's why we have all these people gathered around. Not that many people in town. Or it could be that this is not everyone in town, as in some people did not show up.
Something's different.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it out there.
Get your tea and your popcorn, because this is gonna be another good one.
So I thought when we saw the teaser trailer that came out in February, I thought that the hand that was coming out of the grave was going to be Tilly's hand, future Julie's hand, someone's hand other than Abby. A lot of you all were like, no, it's Abby's hand. Boyd is at Abby's grave. I don't know if you all have seen the episodes or have heard spoilers, but usually when people are like, no, you're wrong, it's this thing over here and people are right, they more than likely have information as far as spoilers. But put that to the side, because I'm not going to deflect. I will say I was 100% wrong, and you all were right. It was Abby's hand, and we were at Abby's grave when I said, ain't no way they're going to bring Abby back, and they are bringing Abby back, at least a grave, to have a hand come up.
I didn't choose this life chose me.
Yeah, so pat yourself on the back for those of you all who got that right. You all did it. Yep, at Abby's grave. Yes. So Amanda says, I wasn't sure whose hand it was, but I was 99% sure it was taking place at Abby's grave. Yeah, Amanda, you were right. So pat yourselves on the back for those of you all who guessed it right, or who just had the information, or who heard it somewhere else and came into the comment section and was like, no, it's Abby's grave. It's too old to be Tilly's hand. It's not future Julie. It is Abby's grave. Yes.
Unfrickin' believable.
So Miss Win LS says, maybe a dream. It may be. It may be a dream. From can play kind of fast and loose with the dreams and the illusions, and someone sleep and they wake up and like, oh, I thought I was dead. Nope. No. So that's where Boyd is in the teaser that came out in February. So kudos to you all who got that one right.
I am changing. I don't know if I like who I'm becoming.
Okay, that's the hand right there. The hand that rocks the cradle. All right. Okay, so this part right here. All right, this is definitely when Boyd went down after Fatima gave birth to the pod that became Smiley, an adult Smiley. He went down here, season 3, episode 10, And it looks like it's going back up in this trailer. I'm sure like in the actual episode, he actually will be climbing, maybe slowly, looking shocked, looking surprised. But this is definitely when he went down at the root cellar and saw Smiley be reborn. All right, here it is. So I've enhanced it to where we can see it clearly. We can see it clearly. I made a video where I was saying, you know what? This is a white light being shined on this object, and it looks blue, and you can see evidence of it being stone. So this is more than likely a statue. There's damage on the forehead, the same kind of damage that Jade had. Both eyes looked intact, so I don't know. I don't think it could be the original Jade, because we saw the colonist that had his eye gouged out, that had the skull with the blood in it, and was offering it to Jade season 3 towards the end. So I don't think it's the original Jade per se. I mean, it could be, but I doubt it. I doubt it. We know it's not underwater because we see a mouse inside of the mouth of this statue comfortably. But I definitely think this is a statue. It's definitely got to be a statue. It can't be anything mummified, because even if it was mummified, mummification preserves the body and keeps it from like smelling, and kind of preserves the skeleton and everything. But it's not going to be anything like this. So I don't think it's mummification. I do think it's a statue just because of this stuff right here on the side. I mean, some people have said maybe this is Toby. So I did I had a picture I created putting Toby's face next to it. Let me see if I have it available. So I definitely think it's a statue. Let's see. Here it is. All right, so I put these together thinking, okay, the way Toby died with the mouth open is equivalent to this guy having his mouth open. This hair appears to be black. This hair appears to be somewhat, I'm going to say, a dirty blonde. You know, help me out in the comment section as far as what color you think it is. I think it's dirty blonde, or kind of, it's not blonde and it's not brunette. It's like a dirty blonde or something in between. But we have a white light that I believe is shined by Jade. And I think that after he goes into the chamber where the monsters are and they surround him, they either force him into this room, or after he sees the boy and he goes around the corner, he goes into this room and it's completely dark. He shines the light and he falls down because he's afraid. I think it's more than likely the monsters force him into this room or this area, and he shines the white light and he sees the statue. All right, let me go to the comment section. So Amanda says, I think it is a statue of Toby. Could be. Only reason why I would disagree with that, or just I would take that with a grain of salt, is just because the hair is black and this hair is not black. Now, unless when someone dies, their hair gets darker, which that could be a thing. But I imagine that, if it's a statue, would the statue have actual hair on it, or would the hair match the texture of the statue? I personally think that the hair would match the texture of the statue if there was hair. I don't think anyone would make a statue with actual hair. And it appears to me that we're dealing with something that has actual hair on it over here to the left, right there. To me, it appears that looks like it's actual hair. And that hair does not match Toby's. So we do have a wound up here at the top that would match Toby as far as when he was in the car accident. But even with the white light shined on this part right here, you kind of can see the eyebrows, and maybe the hair gets darker as you die. I don't know. I'm not a mortician. I'm not an expert in that. Let me see what the comment section's saying. So Guns N' Roses 87. Yeah, it's more dirty blonde, same as my color. The nose looks similar. The nose does look similar. The noses are similar. But I would argue this, that oftentimes when people make statues, they make statues that are based off of Eurocentric features. So it's more than likely that any statue we see on the show is more than likely going to have Eurocentric features and not features like mine where the nose is large or whatever. But you are right, the nose is similar. So we do have the same nose. You can kind of say it's the same eyes, where the eyes look the same. It's just the hair and the eyebrows that kind of make me wonder, who is this a statue of and what is this a statue of? Because even right here, there appears to be something on the neck, whereas with Toby, the neck should be fine as far as on that side. And there is blood down here, which could be the blood from his mouth dripping down to his chin, where my head is in the way. So there could be that. But it's clearly a statue. So it's like, okay, it would make sense to, if you're going to use Toby and dig up his corpse and everything, it would make sense that there would be something on the show from seasons 1 through 3 where there's an empty grave and someone spots it. So there's no indication of any graves being disturbed. And so you got that. And then it's, well, could they get the body from below ground in the cave system? Well, do we think the monsters actually would dig through the cave system, know exactly where Toby's body is, take his body from below ground through the cave, and then get his body and somehow make it into a statue? Because if the goal is to show Jade a statue of Toby or Toby's body to say Sarah killed Toby, they could just tell Jade that and not have to really be worried about Toby's body. You see what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't need his actual body to tell him information. They could just tell him. So Guns N' Roses says it also looks like it's wearing a shirt with flowers on it. So, oh, you're talking about Toby? Yeah, Toby does look like that. So, okay, sandy blonde. Okay, I was saying dirty blonde. So sandy blonde. I think hair can get darker post death, but I doubt they'll want to be that accurate to real life. Well, let's look it up. Does your hair get darker? Because I don't know. Okay, so according to AI, I know you all don't like AI. According to AI, blonde hair can appear to get darker after death due to physical and chemical changes, but it does not biologically grow darker. Moisture loss causes skin shrinkage, making hair appear thicker or altered, while oxidation and decomposition can cause pigments to shift. So I'm going to ask another question to AI. Does blonde hair turn black after death? Blonde hair does not automatically turn black after death, but it can darken or change color due to decomposition and environmental factors. Okay, so it's possible. It's possible that the blonde hair could become darker after death. Now, this appears to be a statue. So it could be that Toby's body was turned into a statue to preserve it. But my argument would be, okay, if something has the power to turn Toby into, it's all good. So member only live will be April 10th, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And as far as everyone else, when I start doing like panels and stuff, I will get that together and start having panels for like regular subscribers. It's going to be a different channel. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and post it in case you all just want to go over there and subscribe. Yeah, I wanted to redirect you all over there, but I got to add permissions and a bunch of nonsense. Just mess. And the only reason why I want to have a different channel for that is so that I don't have to do a bunch of vetting for strangers. So I pinned it to the top. It is Spade Parkland TV. You can go over there and subscribe. I'll also remember to put it in the comment section, and that's where I'll do the more live stream shows and stuff over there. Because I don't really like going live over here, just because I want to be able to protect the channel, and I know that if anybody pays for a membership, they're not going to be on some madness. There are trolls and people that like to do madness stuff, and I like the madness stuff to be over on the Spade Parkland TV channel and not here, and I'll do my live streams over there. So there it is. So okay, I appreciate everybody subscribing over there. There would be, and so now over there, it might be like random lives, random stuff, random topics. It's gonna be random. But right now we're on since it's from season 4. So there's that. So I pinned it to the top. I'll also put it in the comment section, the link to the other channel, which will be like a panel channel. And yeah. So that's really all I have. I'm wore out, y'all. Gonna get off here. And yeah, so for members, it's going to be over here, April 10th, 4 p.m. Pacific time zone, 7 p.m. Eastern. And also I'll do member videos all throughout the weekend and week or whatever. And so yeah. So Amanda said this was a lot of fun. Yeah, you know what? I appreciate it. It was fun for me too. definitely fun for me too. So there it is. Please go subscribe to Spade Parkland TV. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out. Peace.